recorded, right? Greetings and welcome to the Art of Rising, where we are exploring transformation, leadership, and visionaries changing the consciousness of the planet. I'm here with a powerful sister I met a while back at the Purple Sage Festival, and things have been unfolding. So we're excited to have her back. We did sit down with her before, and people are asking about her. So here she is in a more formal setting. And at the location, which is the Stone Mountain Farm, where I did meet her and we did some work together. We are having the men's retreat. It is the Windhorse Rising Men's Experience, December 5th, 6th, and 7th. So stick around to the end. I want to tell you some more details about that. You're going to love it. So, sister, welcome to the show. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're doing with yourself.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Kat, and so much that goes into that, and much that I can say. At the end of the day, I'm a healer, and I see in themselves, and continuously I continue to get more resources so I can help them bring it out in ways that are beyond me, and that I'm humble and grateful that I get to do that. It's just like when you go to the eye doctor, and after I wear glasses or contacts. So if I have no glasses on my face, I have contacts on all the time, right? But when you go to the eye doctor and it's time to get a new prescription, and they put that right lens on, immediately your vision just goes to, you're like, that's the one, right? And that's what
Mm.
it feels like. I'm in a season of my lenses keep being sharpened, and I get to see more, and I'm excited for those that are called to work with me.
Yes, and I did want to say that one of the reasons why I feel levitated towards you is because you've helped me in such a short time already.
Mm.
You've helped me to see things and push me in different areas and put a spotlight in different areas where we're often trying to hide or avoid because we all do this. And then we always wonder like, why am I not leveling up? Why am I not, and it's some of those things, and that's where accountability comes in. But I know that you're a businesswoman and you've experienced quite a bit of success. So perhaps you can tell me, what do you see is the wound, behind business women, that are preventing them from being more successful.
Yeah, that's such a good question, and something that I'm really, really familiar with. And it is the womb of the father, the womb of the provider. A lot of women have been wounded from very, very early on. I won't even say dropped. And as women, what we do is we birth things. What we do is we get things done, but we thrive when things are done for us in a very humble way, in a very not subservient but of service. So when a woman is dropped or not provided by her first man in her life, which is the father, if he's even there when she comes, right? What
Mm,
happens is she makes a decision, and she decides the masculine cannot take care of me. So
mm,
she begins to take care of herself. And then on top of that, she rejects anything that the masculine has for her because he already let her down.
right.
But within the masculine is that the
Mm,
feminine can go to amazing heights. So she cuts herself short. She begins
mm,
to thrive and burn out in
mm,
ways that we were not created. I keep saying this phrase which I love. We were created to what's the word that I use? To frolic. We were
mm,
created to frolic in the meadow. We were created
mm,
to pot here, pot there, and potter around with our plans,
mm,
with cup. And you see a woman in the kitchen or in your house, you're married, so you know your wife will go to the kitchen to make a cup of tea, but she'll
mm,
stop midway and she'll go look at some papers, and she'll move those papers around, and then she'll pass by another corner, see some clothes, she'll move them around. She's in her element. She's not distracted. She's pottering around. This is what we're supposed to do. We
mm,
were not created to have these crazy schedules, 9 to 5, and be
mm,
militant. That is good and great for the masculine. The female, the she thrives in the giving space for creation. We are not
mm,
meant to be creative 24/7. We're created to rest, to be adored, to be
Mm,
loved, to be provided for, and then whatever the masculine brings to us, we
mm,
will multiply that
mm,
effortlessly,
mm,
effortlessly, which is why you see many couples that are successful. You'll see that probably the man, it's probably has more of the light on them. But if
mm,
they're honest, they'll tell you, she goes to battle for me.
right.
She
Right.
takes care of me. When I come home from hunting, when I come home from doing the deals and doing all this stuff, I come to her bosom, and
Right.
she puts me back together again.
Right.
And what I'm seeing is this beautiful rebirth and understanding of women knowing that they get to be provided for. Doesn't mean that they don't work. It's just that our work is different. Our work
Mm,
is sophisticated. Our work is spiritual. And
mm.
that's what I see preventing a lot of women from reaching the next level.
And I also noticed that you speak about that multiplying, and it comes to mind some of the things that we've spoken about the fruitfulness and multiplying that fruitful. So, how is it that you're seeing this? I know it's coming into your space, into your vision of awareness. So, how is it that you're seeing this multiplying of fruitfulness?
Yeah, thank you for asking. You know how people say, like, give a woman a house and she'll turn it into a home. And that's just a very small way, but you can see it. A man can have a beautiful home, a house, a building, and then a woman comes in, joy comes in, okay, nourishment comes in, children come, she multiplies it. That is what we do. And I think we have forgotten. We were so adamant to be equal. We're not equal to men. I'm sorry. We're not. We are their muses. We are to them what they need. I don't think we're better, but I think we're an amazing enhancer. That's what I
Mm,
think women are, and
mm,
we forget. So when a woman gives birth, from within her, from the deepest part of her, this beautiful child comes forth. And I think we think our fruitfulness ends when we stop having children. And I think
right.
that's really the child, I believe, is the one that breaks the
Mm,
barrier of your multiplying. So now
mhm,
your womb is wide open. Now that
mm,
space is beautiful, open, and now you can birth anything and everything you want. And that's what I'm at right
mm,
now, where my womb has been blessed. And
mm,
now I'm in this multiplication space where anything that's brought to me, anything at all that I decide, okay, I'm gonna bless this, it
mm,
grows. And I've seen it in my life. I did not know I was doing this. I'm like, how is it people that I advise and I coach, they do, and to be transparent, I was blessing people and they were doing better in their businesses than me.
mm.
And they were doing the same things that I tried to do for myself. Okay. And I'm like, this is working for them. I told them exactly what to do. They go do it. And it
Mm,
works beautiful. The platforms work and grow. Why isn't it working for me? Well, I
right.
had no understanding of what I had in my hands. I did not
Ooh,
understand it.
right. That's incredible. I've had some other conversations with another brother about women and the first concept of God or the creator, it was a woman. That's the historical facts. It's not something we're making up. There is an image, I don't know if you've ever seen it, where the woman, it's a sculpture of a woman with huge bust and a large buttocks, and they have found this particular sculpture all around the world, all around in ancient times. So women are the ones that are coming with these powerful things. So what comes to mind is someone who is listening may think like, "Oh no, wait a minute, man. I'm not going to be under the heel of my
Mhm.
man, and I'm taking charge here. I need a strong brother, and I'm just as strong." So it may come
Mhm.
off like that, but why don't we just clarify more of that what you're saying?
I'm so glad that you asked such a guided question, something that I've been wanting to talk about. So thank you for asking that question. When a woman, and I'm putting myself first. This is like when I said a woman, I'm first in the line. Don't even think I'm coming from this high place that I didn't do any of those things. I'm the first one. Okay, so please hear that first. When a woman, cat included, number one on on the list, thinks that she needs a very masculine man, a man that is just hitting his chest and he's this and I do that, and like testosterone oozes out of him and he's just like walking around. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but hear me, women, when I tell you, the many women that feel that they need to be with this very ultra macho type A to the max male, that is trauma. It's a
Mm,
trauma response because
mm,
we are freaking delicate.
I love that.
When a woman is with a real man, okay, you can see it. She blossoms, she melts like butter. You see it. And a real man is a man that understands her power, her beauty,
Mm,
caters to her, goes and hunts and gathers, and takes care of her in ways that only he can take care of. That's a man that when she cries, he'll come and hold her, make sure I got you. You need to cry. I'm here with you. If we need to cry with you, I'll cry with you. Okay. And helps her and sees her vision and say, what do you need for your vision to come to pass? That's a real man. Now, a man that's going to bend you all kinds of way, like an eight, that might feel great. But if he's not taking care of your vision and your mission, is that really the male for you? And it's a distinction between male and a man. It's very different. There's many males in the world, but are there really many men? And I think the men have a beautiful opportunity to heal, which is why I'm glad that you're here doing this beautiful work, because you have done the work to heal and continue to heal. And doing these amazing men retreats, they're needed. Men need to be led by men so they can go back home and take care of their household so the woman can flourish. So it's not that you're under any heel, because if we even go to biblical terms, the Bible says, like in Christianity, which I don't subscribe to anymore, loves this verse. The woman will submit to the male, but it doesn't say as he is submitted to God, as he
mm,
is submitted. A man that is submitted to God doesn't hit, doesn't
mm,
cheat,
mm,
doesn't dismiss,
mm,
doesn't abuse, doesn't yell. It's a man that is understanding that he's got this beautiful pearl under his care, that
mm,
he's the one that says, anybody that comes near my woman. I seen this, and I seen this in both ways. I seen men that you cannot say anything about their wives in front of them.
mm,
The moment anybody tries to say anything kind of sideways, they say that's enough.
mm, mm,
And they squash it, turn it off immediately. You will not say anything. You don't come to my wife any kind of way.
mm,
But you have also seen men join in
mm,
putting the woman down and saying names. And I don't subscribe to that. I never did when I was married,
mm,
never will when I'm in a relationship again. I
mm,
believe that outside and inside we're a united front.
mhm,
I will speak up my partner in public, and I seen it. I'm like, I was introduced to someone that was like kind of like a popular, like a famous person or something, and this person said, oh, that's his wife. And she just started talking about this guy in such disparaging way, and I was like,
mm.
it didn't sit well with me. I'm like, you just met me, and that's the impression you want me to have of your husband. Maybe you didn't choose well, but that's on you, sis. That's
Right,
on you. And
right.
that's the other thing that we don't do. It's a lot of ways that we can go into that, but really, the healing that is taking place for those that are ready for the woman to be in
Mm,
her feminine, which is, I
mm,
don't think there's anything more beautiful than a woman in her feminine and a man in his
mm,
healed masculine.
mhm,
Listen, oof,
mhm, mhm, mhm.
tremendous.
It's powerful. Yeah, I also often think about that, like on, excuse me, in the media, they would say, "Oh, they're a power couple and all that." You don't really know that. That's what the media is showing you. You know, we could put out the big names with the wife and the husband, and they're doing all these moves. You don't really know what's happening there. All you can speak about is your life and what is it that you're seeing and honoring your partner like that. But with that also comes like reparations too. And that's
Yeah.
it's a big word that we had spoken about as well. So I see this is coming up for you too. So I'd love to hear more about that. How do you see it? How is this being, interwoven into your life and into the lives of people that you touch?
Yeah, thank you for bringing that back. Reparations comes from especially for people like us, people of color that have been marginalized. Now, not in this lifetime. For many, for ancestors, for millennia, this has been happening. And our stuff has been held right somewhere. Somebody took it. They think they took it, right? But we are not just anybody. Okay, we are freaking royalty, and sometimes we forget that because our bank accounts may not reflect that, or our current reality doesn't reflect that. But that's who we have been. Otherwise, they wouldn't have not come to our land to steal. Okay, nobody goes to a crappy place to steal. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck right there.
Right, right, right.
Europe and England would not have come to these beautiful places had they not been already been rich with people and gifts and land and gold and all these things, right? So let's just keep it that from right there. We are royalty. That's who we are. Regardless of what you see in the natural, that is who you are. Period. The end.
I
And for
love
many
that.
years, so much has been taken from us before we were even alive. Because remember, we were in our grandmother's womb and our grandmother's. So we've been part of that process. Oof, love that. We have been robbed. We were marginalized from the beginning. We have come, like, we have been in that generation. And then now we're the fruit of those multiple generations. So in our DNA is that lack. In our DNA is that taken and violation and raping and molestation and devastation and murdering and hanging. That's in us. So it comes to us now where we get to take it back.
Mm,
But we have to be ready for that. And that's the work that we get to do now, where we need to be taught how to receive. And in order to receive, you have to be healed first. Because I don't know, in the Bible you heard about the parable of the skins of wine, right? That you don't put wine in all skins. And you have to get new because it'll burst, right? And it's such a beautiful parable. So how can you put a lot of abundance into someone that doesn't think they're worthy? They're gonna squander it, they're gonna give it away, they won't be able to even their container is not strong enough to withstand all that is coming to them, all that beautiful wine. So your skin has to be renewed, has to be scraped, cleaned up, air dry under the sun, care brushed, hugged, prayed over, oil pour on it, right? And
mm.
once it's healed, and that's a process. And many of us, including us, are in that process of renewing our containers.
Yeah, that is so important too, because you just, if you're not ready, it's one of those things that we speak about when it comes to feeding a baby. You don't feed a baby a steak dinner, right? You feed them baby food first. They have to get strong, their muscles, they have to learn to stand a bit more, and then they're able to take on some of these things, which is a process. So I know that you're working with women in business and you have some things going on that we're going to speak about too. I want to hear more about that. Um, but when it comes to teaching women, how do you teach women to lead from wholeness instead of the hustle?
Yeah, that's good. So before we go back, let me just finish this analogy because I think it's
Yes.
important and it leads into that. So you do all these healing, especially if you're a person that you think you're in business. And for me, I'm not in business. I'm really a healer that help people that are in business. And that's something, a clarification that I needed to receive from myself. So I didn't even know, but now I know. So I'm good. So if your business is not working and you're working super duper hard, you need to do some healing. It's not the work. It's not more doing. It's not more hustling. It's not more learning. You gotta go back. You gotta go in and get some medicine, and you need to heal.
Mm,
That I'm telling you. Hear this today. Thank me tomorrow.
mm,
Hear this today. Thank me tomorrow. There's no more hustling. There's no more sending more emails. There's no more trying. You already try hard. I know this. We work hard. This is what we do. And sometimes we have been rewarded because when we were put in plantations, when we put in plantations today are 9 to 5. Let's just call it what it is. So
right.
they want us to work hard. They have that whip. They're cracking. They want us to do more stuff. And that's not how we thrive. So if your business is not thriving, you need healing. And it can be healing in receiving, more than likely for all of us. There can be healing in understanding our worth. And there can be healing needed in the receiving for receiving's sake. And that's what we're talking about, reparations. We need to receive for our great, 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 great grandparents. That stuff is ours. Their great, 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 great grandparents stuff, that's for us. And we just gotta sit. I just want you to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to sit under this beautiful waterfall. And I want you to imagine it's a beautiful 80, 85 degrees. So it's beautiful, it's balmy, it's amazing. And I want you to feel the water just coming on your head and on your back. Remember, it's really hot out. And you can hear the birds like in the background right now. So it's beautiful, nature is all around you. And you don't question how much water is coming on you. You just oops. You just receive it. Keeps coming, and you don't say, "Oh, enough waterfall. I don't need more water." You don't say that. And that's what's available to us, for us to see for receiving sake. And it is actually a disservice to our ancestors to not receive it. So when you receive, when you reject receiving above what you need, and hear this, which is why this is so important. This is why it is kind of like a little pushback, a little battle for everyone to hear this. When you settle for receiving just what you need, you are saying that your ancestors were not worthy of what was taken away from them. This is your inheritance. Who rejects an inheritance? Who says, I didn't work for that? Like, that's, that this little bit that I have is enough. Nobody in the right mind says that inheritance is too much for me. And that's what we have been doing for a long, long, long time. And we have been conditioned to need to work for what is already ours. Our inheritance is ours. We don't have to do anything for it. We don't have to explain. We don't have to write a paper about it. We don't have to apply. We don't have to get a permit. Our only job is to say, yes, I receive this. I will allow this. Why? Because it is my birthright. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. You don't have to do, you don't even have to prove that you are the right person to receive it. You don't even have to prove that you are the next in line. That's already done. There's no DNA test. You don't have to bring your birth certificate. Nothing. You are the next in line. You are the next in line. And that means you get to rest. You get to breathe in. When your needs are taken care of, you are invincible. Then you can do the work that you were brought here to do. Not in an office, okay? Not laying bricks for somebody else's building. But you go and you help the people that have been assigned to you. And I believe all of us as healers have people that almost have been deeded to us. Like, okay, you are the healer for that person. You have met people. Then you're like, I have gone to so many people. They have not been able to help me. When I met you, I knew. I felt my soul said, there's something here. Yes or yes?
Yes, 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 yes.
So what I realized is I've been trying to work just with women, which is a big mandate of mine, but it was a little narrow. Okay. I realized that my work is to work with the feminine and the masculine, bring them together in my energy of Mother Moon, which I shared with you earlier that I rejected tremendously, unequivocally. No, ma'am, no, sir, I am not a mother, even though I did birth one and I have two other children in the spirit that were confirmed for me this past weekend. Um,
Mm,
but I've been a mother.
mm,
That's who I am.
mm,
What the boundary is that many have drawn from that mother energy without asking
mhm, mm,
before I was ready, without my consent. So what I
mm,
get to do now is recognize and bless them and say, I see that you need mothering.
mm,
However, I'm not that your mother.
mhm, mhm,
Or if we're gonna do that, that is a cost. And I
mm,
think this is such a beautiful set way to talk about money and
mm,
healers. And many of us think, or used to think, thank you, that we do not need to be compensated for the amazing work that we do, and compensated richly and handsomely, because when we work with someone, we are repairing their entire lineage, their
mm,
entire before and after. What is the cost of that? So let me just give you an example. Right after the ceremony that I went to last Saturday with this beautiful medicine, I was activated. Like I told you, I think that was my ceremony. That was my next level activation, and other people happened to be there. They paid for my ceremony.
yeah.
Okay, that's what happened.
Just to be
Okay,
there.
I'm activated. I am. My hands were tingling. I'm activated. So this is beautiful, powerful woman, beautiful sister, beautiful. She's sitting there, she's dressed all in white. So for ceremony, she did the same thing I did. I didn't color for because I do color clearly. So I have this beautiful gown. I have my jewelry, hair is up, makeup. I'm good for this ceremony with myself. Forget about anybody else. I'm sitting with medicine. I'm showing up with reverence and respect. Okay. She did it with white, and her head, everything is white. So before the ceremony, during and after, I kept seeing how powerful she was, and she was in the work, right? So when we finished, she asked me how I was doing. And I said, I'm doing great. And she said, I see you. And I said, I see you. And she got it and I said, Mm-mm-mm-mm. I see you. You are a powerful healer. Waterworks immediately.
Mm.
Immediately. So
Ooh-wee.
she needed to hear. She needed to hear that.
Mm,
So I don't work for free. I'm really
mm,
big on that. I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. But there are times and circumstances where I'm called to do something and I'm going to do it because I'm going to be obedient. However, I was given this new tool, which I'm going to share with you.
okay.
So, in front of my mat, when I was laying down, I wanted to bless my card deck. So, I had my card deck open in front of me. And then she said, she thought pretty randomly, but it wasn't. That was my invitation. She said, I just wanted you to know that your card deck is very inspiring to me. It's
Mm,
been speaking to me. So I say, can I pull some cards for you? Now my cards are not cards like that, or so I thought. Okay, they're healing cards. They're very somatic. They give you a somatic practice. That's what I thought when that's how I created them. That's the only thing that I was allowing myself to do with these cards. Okay, so I had opened a brand new deck, brand new, had not used them. So I said, she said, yeah. So I pushed three cards up, and usually, what I do is I take the card, put it out, and I read what the somatic exercise for them is, right? The cards come up, immediately they touched her. I read them and I read them. I told her the card was for her. Not what the book said, not what I wrote in the little book, but I read to her specifically what the message was from each card. And everything was just going really deep, just connecting with that. And then we're in the work.
mm,
Then I said, I feel like these cards are yours. She begins to weep. I give her the cards, and then I feel called to do a healing right there. Everybody's still there. People are walking around. So
Mhm.
we hold hands like this. So her heart, her like this, both,
Mhm.
both two sets of arms, and we're sitting like that. And we do this amazing, incredible healing. It's powerful. And I let her draw from me. This is permission. This is me saying, I'm opening up. And she had a mother womb, which I knew. She didn't tell me, but I knew. So
Mhm.
and I said, I'm plugged in. You can pull in as much as you need. It's not gonna run out. And it's not gonna leave me empty. I'm good. So
Mhm.
she begins to pull from me. And I'm letting her. And then she was like, this is the thing that I'm talking about, but we think a little bit is enough. So she stopped. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not done.
Mhm.
I need you to be greedy. And I had to
Mhm.
say it several times because she was not getting it. And I'm like, and then I begin to like kind of like squeeze a little bit. I'm like, I need you to pull. You're
Mhm.
not gonna get this opportunity again. Like it's me, I'm gonna pull all that I can, okay? But I'm in that
Mhm.
place.
Mhm.
So then she pulls and she's good. I'm good. It's done. And then I kind of walk away a little bit and I got this nagging in my stomach. I'm like, I need to charge for this.
Mhm.
I need to charge for this. I just did this amazing healing. I need to charge for this. And I'm wrestling. I'm sitting there, I'm looking cool and collected, but inside is turmoil. It's
Mhm.
turmoil inside. So she says something that brings me back, and I'm like, okay. I said, I was not going to ask you this. So I put my hand on her hand and I said, what I just did for you, how much will you have paid for this? So she gets troubled. I can see
Mhm.
it. And so she begins to think and she's like, well, $40? And I said,
Mhm.
no, I'm not saying what you can pay.
Mhm.
And at this point, I'm sitting where I need to sit. I'm in my um, authority. So I asked her again, what is this? What I just did for you? What is this worth for you? Forget about your
Mm.
wallet. Forget
I
about
love
what you
that.
think you have. What is this worth to you? And she said, oh, immediately stand up straight again. She goes back into her power. Immediately, she
Mm.
says $1,500.
Mm.
And I said, that's right. So I
Mm.
said, I need you to give it to me.
Mm. Mm.
And then we hold hands again. I said, and spiritually, I need to get my money.
Mm.
Because I'm
Mm.
honoring what I gave her. We didn't have this conversation, so I'm not taking advantage of her. But I need to get paid which way, one way or another. She's got
Right.
my money. So I
Right.
say, I now I need you to give me my $1,500. So we hold hands. She put her hands out. I put my hands out like this. And then she
Mm.
says, wait. It's 1,700 with taxes. That's what she says.
Mm.
And she gives me my $1,700.
Mm.
And I said to her, thank you for seeing me. And I received that. I took that money and I said, thank you, because I don't work for free.
Mm.
And then
Mm.
I said, and this was a trick question, because if we have gone with 40, you wouldn't have received the real blessing, which is the 1,700 I give back to you tenfold. So this is
Mm.
my blessing to you. I cannot give you more if you only give me a
Mm.
little bit.
Mm.
So she got blessed with $1,700 tenfold.
Mm. Wow.
But
Whew.
I got paid.
Right.
And that's when you know your worth. I will
Mhm.
do whatever I feel that I'm supposed to be doing, but
Mhm.
I'm no longer not gonna get paid.
Right.
That's not an
Right.
option because then that is insulting and denigrating the gift that I was giving. And I'm not
Right.
willing to do that anymore.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing with that story, sister. It's super powerful, and people need to know about those things. And you're speaking to me also, because I often do that myself. Like, I just want to help people. Like, I'm here to serve, right? Aren't I here to serve? But like, serving doesn't mean that I'm a doormat. Nobody likes
Yeah.
that. You're wiping your shoes on my forehead now, bro. Then I walk away like that doesn't even feel right. Like, come on now, like what's happening here? And not everything has to be of monetary, value. There's other values too, because
Yeah.
money is one of those things that if you gave me $1,500, I go and I spend it. It's gone. It's the energy is gone. But if you gave me something of some other energetic exchange, like wow, that's even more. And and that's what people don't understand, and it makes me think about reciprocity. Reciprocity. Yeah, help me out with that.
Yeah. Reciprocity. Yeah.
Reciprocity. Thank you.
Yeah.
And this is a word that has come up for me many times. And how does that one look for you when you're dealing with people and energies?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So I have shared with you, and I will put it here in the chat so people can see it because I feel comfortable sharing. So I'm gonna make sure that it's not private anymore. So maybe you can put it because it's not letting me put it in the chat.
Right. Let me
Um,
see if it's in
it's
the
the link that
chat.
I shared in the private chat. I'll put it in there again. So what I realized is that I have been blessed to bless
Mm,
others.
mm, mm,
And this gifting that I have of multiplication,
mm,
it's powerful. And a lot of people have issues with their families, with there's another thing that was given to me is helping people with their marriages. And there's a lot of issues that go to regular therapy and they've been going to therapy for a long time and they don't even know like why we keep going and it's the same thing all the time. And I'm like, because you're not talking about the real issues. There's some healing that needs to get done and you're
mm,
yakking it up about the same stuff. It's like who you get together with. That's why relationships are so important. Who you choose, who you say yes to,
mm,
they will bring forth things another level for you. So you cannot just be anybody else and just
mm,
a regular person. So I recognize that for many men, and I'll speak to men now specifically,
mm,
the woman that you choose is your covering, she's your blessing,
mm,
and she unleashes or opens up abundance in your life, in business, in
mm,
health, in
mm,
wealth. So, what woman are you choosing? Is
mm,
she your blessing or is she your curse?
mm,
Is she even able to sit at the feet of your gifting, of your healing? Can
mhm,
she respect it?
mm,
Can she
mm,
heal it?
mm,
Many men
mm,
need
mm,
healing and they need healing from
mm,
their woman.
mhm,
That's who
mhm,
they need healing from.
mm,
From not
mm,
anybody else, their woman, right in their house. It's the place that their healing is. And they don't
mm.
even know. But if they didn't choose well, they didn't choose well, it's not
Mhm,
going to happen. So there you have it. That's the link. It's called Vientre Fértil. And I was told to use it in my original language, which is Spanish. And it means fruitful womb.
mm,
Anything that is brought to me at my feet will be blessed, and there will be ceremonies that are available, but this to the point where the ceremony is not even available. Some people want, the person wants to bless me because they heard something today, then they can go to this website and there's so many ways in that they can bless and bless themselves. It's not just me, it's multiplying whatever they feel. Hey Kat,
mm,
I
mm,
received the healing just from you talking. I heard something that I needed to hear. I want to
mm,
honor that. They go to this website and they'll have ways to honor. It can even be $11. And then you know that you'll receive that tenfold.
mm,
And come from me. But that's what I was told to do. And one
mm.
thing that I am is obedient. Sometimes it takes me a
Obey.
minute, but
Mhm,
I
mhm,
will obey. So that's why that page is created. It's a beautiful page, even the design.
mm.
I don't know if you can pull it up. It's just,
I'm not
it
sure, but
speaks to me.
let me, if you'd
Yeah,
please allow me. Many people are listening to this
yeah,
on audio, so
yeah.
the website is Catherine Storing, CATHERING.com /vientre dash fértil. So it's VIENTRE dash FERTIL.
Beautiful.
And
Thank you for saying that.
of course,
Yeah.
and you said the website as well, that you wanted to bring up the website to show, right?
To
Correct?
show that, yeah, just to show that
Yeah,
page
we could
because
do that.
there's something beautiful about seeing it in Spanish and in Hebrew, which is
Mm,
such
mm,
something that I'm studying right now. I'm studying Kabbalah and studying Hebrew because
mm,
it's bringing me closer to God in the most beautiful way.
It does keep us closer to those things and get people a chance to see a little bit more visually what's
Yeah.
going on, and it's quite powerful. Okay, do you see it?
Yeah, I did. It's just it speaks to me just like
I
for the
know,
first time.
right? Vietre, fértil,
Vientre
the
fuerte.
sacred
Yeah,
offering portal. Yes, we are the portal. We
yeah.
are.
And
Yeah,
see,
it's.
if you scroll up, it just scroll down, it will show you different ways and explains and it look at that ritual of divine reciprocity. Funny how you said that. It was right there. You had no
Mm.
idea.
I had no
Oh,
idea
I love that.
reciprocity.
And you have
Yes,
the
yes.
offerings you receive through ceremonial rituals, as with prayer, with sacred fire, with sacred music and song, with healing hands, with ancestral invocation, and with womb blessing.
Mm,
And then this is something that stretched me. And if you keep scrolling down, you'll see like it's bold. And then you get to choose how you want to bless. And there's different semillas, which are seeds. It's a gratitude seed, a
mm,
root seed, a legacy seed. And then it explains to you what all that means. And then if you keep
mm,
scrolling, it tells you how you can plant that seed. And it's so beautiful to say, hey, any which way, wire transfer, PayPal, Venmo, Stripe, all of the ways,
mm,
checks, personal,
mm,
like
mm,
actual printed checks. It's
mm, mm,
available. And then we have a
mm,
form for those that any blessing over
mm,
$1,111 um, un- un- uncovers or opens up a ceremony,
mm,
powerful ceremony for them to receive whatever it is that they want. So thank you
mm.
for allowing me to share this for the first time ever.
Of course, of course. It's an honor to have it here on the Art of Rising. And I often think about that myself. We've had conversations where people would come to you and they've come to me too. They're like, I don't know, but I can't afford it. And I'm like, you see, it's not the way you should be thinking, brother. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe you believe that and you're not ready, and I respect that.
yeah,
And let me know when you're ready and come back. But the mindset really should be, how can I not afford this?
yeah,
Or instead of saying, man, I can't afford it, you should think like, how can I afford it? What is it that I need to do in order to get there? Because I could see that this is speaking to me. I need this. And oftentimes it's the same brothers. I see them on the social media. They're in the fancy restaurants. They got the fresh gear or the car behind them, or they're on vacation getting
yeah,
massages, coconut water by the beach. And I'm like, man, okay, okay.
yeah.
You're
But
not
that
ready.
speaks, yeah, and that speaks to again the people that understand that you are their teacher, that you are their healer. And we have entered, I definitely have entered a season where I'm only working with people to those that see my worth and
Mm,
understand that they're here to do the work. I was thinking about it this morning. I tried to help someone. They came to me and they said they wanted something. And I tried and I didn't offer, they asked, but they were
mm,
not receiving all the things that I said. So
mm,
I got paid and I
mm,
understood they were not ready. So we're not working again
mm, mm,
because I am not going to waste my time, even though they want to pay me. So that
mm,
was a
mm,
beautiful lesson for me to connect
mm,
energetically. Are they ready? Because I'm not sowing in ground that is um, has
mm,
not been
mm, mm,
prepared. And that's
right.
and that is in me resting and having faith and understanding
Mm-hmm.
that my people are here and they've been waiting for this beautiful ground that is fertile, a ground
Mm,
that whatever you plant grows.
right.
And that is understanding your authority and knowing that what
Mm,
you've been giving is very powerful and it
yeah.
cannot be squandered or shared
Mm,
just with anyone. It's just like
mm,
throwing pearls to the swine.
right. Throwing pearls to swine.
And
You gotta know your
we
scripture.
don't, yeah,
Right,
we don't
right.
do that. We don't do that.
Right. That's super powerful because I've also experienced some of those things where I get this feeling like a used car salesman. I'm like, I'll throw in some rims and a fancy radio, and like, no, that's not what this is. It's not trying to sell you something. This is not what this is. I don't want to sell. I used to do that. And I've done
Yeah,
that for so long. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to sell you. This is what it is. It's the offering. You like it? Come on. We're open. We're here. We give you, man, everything. Everything. I'm open. my life, my family, my space, everything. But if you don't appreciate that, or if you don't want it, if you don't really want it, that's okay too. That's okay. Don't just come in just to be curious and take a peek. No, step in fully, man. Or don't,
Yeah.
because we're here.
And that's available. What's available? One thing that I began to say is, hide me from those that are not ready. May they
Mm,
not see me or hear me. And I'm
mm,
so okay with that. But then
mm,
I also pray, may those that seek me far and wide, may those that have been waiting for
mm,
a vessel to
mm,
to bless and to multiply, may they find me swiftly and easily, and may they be generous with themselves through me. And then I let go.
mm,
Then I trust. Then I go into my faith corner, and then I say, okay, I'm going to trust that you're doing the heavy lifting for me. And then when the doors open, I do my work, I get paid handsomely, I do what I'm supposed to be doing, and then I go back and I go back to resting again. And that is the difference of toiling. That is the difference of pushing and shoving and trying and please and it's ending, it's gonna go away. No,
mm,
this is
mm,
who I am. This is what I do. And
mm,
this is what is required to work with
mm.
me.
Yes, that is
And
super
that is like a
powerful.
balm. That's like a balm to our wounds of
Mm,
a lot. I call it trauma, a business trauma.
mm,
When we
mm,
have launched many things before and they don't work, and we feel bad about ourselves and we think we suck because it didn't sell, it did not take. Well, what was the energy of how you were presenting it? Not that it was
mm,
wrong, not that you did not deserve it, but did you even ask for enough?
mm,
Did you even ask? You know how many times God says no to, and some people call it, I call it creator most of the time, but today I've been feeling that.
mm,
Please don't be turned off. But anybody that's listening, creator
mm,
is creator. He's got many names, and he is so no fickle about
mm,
what you call him as long as you know who he is. He's good. He is
mm,
so good. So
mm,
sometimes he'll say no to an ask because you've been settling. He's like, I cannot give my prince of my queen that. Are you kidding me? You're not even asking. Who are you asking? So
mm,
when you ask the creator of everything and you
mm,
ask for a crumb, he's gonna be
mm,
like, what? I don't even understand. I don't hear you. Like somebody's squeaking something. Is not at
mm,
the level. The frequency is off. It's scrambled. It's
mm.
like, right?
Right. Mm, mm,
Right? So
mm,
we gotta upgrade our asking. We
mhm,
gotta see ourselves as we are. I was telling somebody else that I connected with someone recently that has upgraded my vision of what I'm asking for. I'm like, oh, before this, I was not asking. I was not expecting all the
right.
things that I should be asking for. So I'm like, thank you.
Mhm,
Thank
mhm.
you for upgrading. Thank you for reminding me. I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Like, are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
right. I love that. I love that. And then something should be said about that communication, right?
Mhm.
Because oftentimes I meet these people all the time. I go, "Oh, does God speak to you?" And I had someone tell me like directly and without any doubt, they told me no. I was like, "God doesn't speak to you?" I'm like, maybe you're not listening. Like you're like, oh no, I pray. They do. Oh, I do the rosaries and the all kinds of rituals. And I said, that's beautiful. That's incredible. But God has so many things that God wants to
Yeah.
tell you, or the creator or universe or whatever
Yeah.
name you want to box you want to put on this incredible thing that we can't even really fully comprehend,
Yeah.
but know that that thing is there for you. Whatever that thing is that you see as, whatever image, it's fine. It's fine. So one of my rituals and one of my way of communicating with this thing is the meditation,
Mm.
right? Because like as many of us should already know, prayer is talking to God and meditation is listening to
Mm.
God, right? So meditation, if you've never done it, try it. Set an alarm on your phone, put it down, sit in a comfortable, very comfortable position, alert with your spine erect, and do 2 minutes, do three, do 5 minutes, and let the alarm go off. And no matter what comes up, don't judge it. Try not to, because we always do that.
Mm.
But just allow that, and you be amazed how amazing your day will be. I've walked through this realm and I'd be like, I'm good. Why? Oh, I
Yeah.
meditated earlier.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
so tell me about your practice. How was it that it worked for you?
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I'm in most of the time in a meditative state. But one thing that I have found that I know that you practice as well is breath work. And at
Mhm.
first, breath work, I resisted it. It was maybe too powerful at first, too much. And now I have my own practice of breath work, and I come back to my body with breath work. And I have incorporated into my sessions. I incorporated into how I talk to people. I record my own guided meditations that are incredible, and I'm adding more that I am bringing in as pay what you want. And
Mhm.
that just means that I have unloaded this amazing, unlimited access
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
unlimited generosity coming my way, but I'm making it available to everyone. I say, pay what you want. And you'll be surprised what people pay. You'll be so
Mhm.
surprised when you say,
Mhm.
again, that's the word. What is this worth to you? And I have
Mhm.
found that people kind of overcomplicate, or it's too complicated for some people. So what I have learned that works is when I tell breathe like me. And then they
Mhm.
said, "Oh my God, Kat, I listened to your meditation, and when I breathe like you, it made sense. I got it because we can explain it with
Mhm.
words, but sometimes even if we explain it really well,
Mhm.
breathing actually the right way, it's a little complicated. It took me a minute to figure it out the right
Mhm.
way, and I've been doing it
Mhm.
for almost 50 years.
Mhm.
So now it's breath work. Breath work my way through the day.
Mhm.
It changes everything. Even like if I have rarely I get a little bit of a tension headache. I can release it with breath work. It's beautiful,
Mm.
and it brings me back. So another thing that I did not share that I feel very strongly to share for women, specifically for men as well. Women, we need to be regulated in order to be in our feminine. And many times we are dysregulated and we don't even know. How do you know you're dysregulated? Your speech is very fast. You ask you pepper people with questions. You ask one question and you have second, third, fourth question. They haven't even processed the first one. And you're just going and going, and you worry about if you see an email pop up and it mentions money, you freak out. And then you read, oh, it's a good thing. But the first thought is fear. The first thought is, oh my God, something is gonna bite you, dysregulated. Breath
Hmm.
work, meditation, that's key. So for people that are listening and or watching and are business owners, no more business strategies. Your prescription today is healing,
Mm.
and breath work, and
Mm.
meditation. Those three
Mm.
things. And
Mm.
watch your business soar.
Mm.
Watch your life change if you go to healing,
Mm.
meditation, breath work.
Mm. Yes, yes.
Your whole life will change.
The breath is incredible. The basic premise of Buddhism, or yoga and all those types of practice is connect with your breath. That is the basic thing. And if you think about the origins of our species or any species on this planet, it's the breath. Even the scriptures saying, where God or the creator of the universe blew breath into your lungs.
Yeah, yeah,
That's where the life force is, man. So breath work, that one cat is a non-negotiable for me. Like I may do the yoga and I try to get, or I'll go running. That's a big thing for me too. Do some strength training and stuff like that, which is beautiful also. But the breath work, that I do my very best, like
yeah,
non-negotiable. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I have my practice, and there's so many things out on YouTube. Some people like, I don't know what course could I go buy. I'm like, just go to
yeah,
YouTube. Just scroll through the different ones.
yeah,
Try it. Try. If it doesn't work, don't try it again. Try somebody
yeah,
else. Try mine or try
yeah,
cats. Try,
yeah, yeah. But it
just
will work.
reach out to us. It will work.
It will
So we're
work.
coming up on the hour.
Yeah.
And I did want to, um, before I mention about the Windhorse Rising men's experience, I want to hear a bit more about some of your offerings as well. What is it that you have already standard there, and what is it that's coming into fruition?
Yeah, thank you. So I have my own solo retreats that I offer, and they are life changing. And they are in the US or abroad. And it's us going together for 5 to 7 days to do some serious healing. And what I love about it, because I've been a business coach for so long, once we take care of the container, once we can take care of the healer, of the person that does the work, then we look at, okay, how have you been showing up in your business, and
Mhm.
upgrade it, and look at pricing, and look at offerings, and simplify, and come up with this whole suite of things. But the priority is always healing first. Regulation is so important, and this it's working now. I have added ceremonies, which I didn't do before, and I was giving so many
Mm.
parameters. I was giving specific ceremonies for couples. I'm really excited about doing ceremonies for couples that are new, or couples that are doing this amazing work and they want to go to the next level. I was not planning this at all. It was not in my radar, not something that I even thought I wanted to do. But wow, powerful, powerful ceremonies in processes, beautiful processes that I did not know. Like couples, like I said, going to therapy for years and not realizing you're not even talking to each other. You're not talking about the real problems. It's not that he didn't, help you with the dishes, or did not put the seat down for the 100th time. It's none of that. It's that you not have seen each other naked. You have not seen each other naked, really.
Mm.
Like, what are his biggest fears? And then for her to share, these are my biggest fears, and sit there and really have a union. That's the other thing that I was given. That some couples think they're married. They're not married. They're not even married. They went through this crazy colonizing ceremony. They haven't had a ceremony in their own native culture. And they don't
Mm.
even know what they don't even have the rituals. They don't even know the ways that they can bind themselves in a beautiful whole way. So even that, like an amazing wedding ceremony, I didn't even know that was possible or necessary
Mm.
to have a native marriage.
Mm.
So
Mm.
those are some of the
Mm.
offerings that have come forth that I'm very excited about.
That's beautiful. It makes me think of something that I had learned recently concerning um, some some sacredness or some richness that
Yeah,
would come to you, right? How would you carry that? You would need to be prepared to carry it. You
yeah,
need to be that vessel. You wouldn't put expensive wine into a Starbucks coffee cup,
yeah,
or something to that effect.
yeah,
You won't put the richness of the ocean, into a paper cup. You wouldn't. It would have to be a chalice of gold. So that preparation is so important. We do that also at the men's retreats as well. We give men an opportunity to unplug from the matrix, take them away, place them in their natural setting, which is nature. We did have our first international retreat last year, and it was quite profound. It was beautiful setting in the Dominican Republic, and I got a lot to learn about
mm,
myself and the men too. They're still processing lots of
mm,
great richness and experiencing those things. So the journey continues because that is who I am. It's me. It's my makeup. It's what the creator has told me. Like this is you. It's not what you do. It is you. So we are experiencing the Windhorse Rising Men's Experience. It's taking place in New Paltz, New York, on the Stone Mountain Farm, and it's a beautiful location. You've been there before, Kat. You
yeah,
already know the land is sacred, high
yes,
energy. I mean, you couldn't stop saying like this is a good place. This is
yeah.
great. You're on it. So we're loving it. And if you're interested, anyone who's listening out there, hit me up. You can find it on the website, omzlhealingsanctuary.com/windhorse. I'll leave all the information in the show notes, as well as how you can reach Kat and all of those offerings that she has as well.
Mm.
So I don't want to go too much over the time because we're kind of constricted here, but we'll have you back again, sister, very soon.
I appreciate that. And I will leave them with this.
Mhm.
Your algorithm is very telling, the algorithm of your life. So whatever you keep seeing in your life is what you're focusing on.
Mhm.
And if you want your life to change and your algorithm to change, then concentrate and focus on the things you want to see, and your life will change.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Stay
Thank
right
you.
there, sister. Thank you so much for tapping in, family. See you soon. Peace.